Hi, Mark.
So, Mark,
Yeah,
how are you doing? All right, cool.
Okay.
So, you are the main man at the treehouse.
No, one of the main men.
Yes, one of the main men.
Yeah, like it's a gigantic thing, of course.
Yeah,
Have you seen it?
yes, yes. I've walked around many times, being a resident here. It's great.
So it's like you cannot work with this solo. We need to work together.
Yeah.
It's very difficult.
So you have how many people, like, as a kind of
We have a structured
Yeah.
organization,
yeah,
and which is growing every day,
yeah, yeah,
possibly
yeah, as it develops.
as it develops.
Yeah.
But now
And
it
now we
does-
have Corona.
Corona,
Yeah,
and we have Erwin,
yeah,
and we have Adrian,
yeah,
Justa, Robert, Anna.
yeah, yeah.
We've got Sarah. We've got
It's a
you.
lot of people. Yeah, yeah.
We've got Jaap and Artu and
Lots of musicians.
So
many-
yeah, we are here behind the camera. No, you don't have to look at me. You can hear me behind
right,
you.
Okay, yeah.
I'm the
Okay,
narrative.
Sorry, I should
I'm the
never do
nar-
that.
No.
Never
This
look
is
at
a-
the camera.
This is the
I also
pilot
looked to
pilot
Yeah,
episode.
his voice.
Yeah,
Pilot
yeah.
episode.
It's like a voice
I thought
over.
the voice was supposed to come from up above, and not
So
from the
the-
side.
The idea of
But
this
that's
pilot is, Alex, you paint a portrait and you get to know more about
Yeah.
about the person. So who else to start with than with Mark? I would think.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you approach this?
Okay, I'll approach that. Right. Okay. You want
No,
me
no,
to
no.
start?
We are still. This is me talking as part of the.
This is still part of it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bit rubbish, isn't it?
No, yeah. This was improvisation,
Can I
right?
fart? Okay, right.
We are
okay,
not.
right.
I'm not
So
taking the
let's-
time to
right.
edit, so we are.
But it's a very small space. It'd probably be a bad idea.
Yes.
But anyway, so and I'm a polite guy. You know, like I go outside. I don't do that stuff that
That's good.
girls
So,
do.
how do you
Actually,
start?
girls
Which
fart
color?
A lot, don't they? Girls fart a
I'm
lot.
I'm asking the. You are asking and painting Mark and
Yeah.
getting to know Mark. I'm just asking you sometimes like about your approach to painting a portrait or
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
So how would you approach
Well, it's
painting
a-
Mark? What do you
well-
see if you look to the outside? Well,
Yeah.
like,
I see, well, immediately I see the baldness going on there, right? Which I have as well, right?
Oh yeah.
So, you know, when I see a baldy guy, I'm always like checking out the shape of their head as well and going, right, okay, right, yeah, right. You know, like, and it's always like a thing.
You think
know.
it's bold?
Yeah, just a little bit, just a little bit. And so then also when I look at someone, especially when I do their portrait, you immediately think of what the main features are. What's the thing that is really prominent that you would see almost immediately, and that's
In my
usually-
face.
Yeah, and that's usually what your friends see, how someone would describe you as well, all different kind of things, you know.
You don't look at my legs or my arms.
Yeah, well, it all depends. You know, if you're wearing a skirt, who knows? You know, or you know something else.
so how do we start? So you start
So,
with making an
okay,
outline.
so-
the
So
bold
I
shape.
think what I should do is right. We'll start painting, but you're probably going to be doing more of the talking, Mark. Hopefully,
Okay.
you know I do talk a lot. I'm known for
Okay.
that.
Yeah,
But
I enjoy
that's-
that.
That's why. That's why I do the painting because you know I used to make films. You know, like did that. I always took a camera around with me because I didn't want to be out just drinking, talking to people, because either I get really drunk or I talk people to death. You know, so it was like, what do you do? You know, I'm a really bad listener, by the way. So to be a good listener, if I had a camera, then I'd shut up and I'd be filming someone.
Maybe
I'd
Alex,
let
I
them,
have
you
an
know.
idea to get
It's the
started.
same with Artie. He's the same. He
To
talks
get
all the
started,
fucking
to
time,
get to
like
get you
normally,
in the mood,
I
Mark.
understand.
Mark, to inspire the start of the portrait, can you maybe say a piece of music that tells a little bit about yourself, so we can start painting on that piece of music, maybe?
I like Missy Elliott.
Missy Elliott.
Missy Elliott, she's got a nice
And what song would you like to?
rhythm.
What song? Is there a specific song?
No, not a specific sound. I just liked her body, her weight, and her appearance, and her statements, which is not really a lot, but this is one. Missy Elliott. Hit me. She says, hit me. Yeah, I like this. Please imagine a big Negro lady standing towards you, telling you to hit her.
Y'all can stop me now. Listen to me now.
Strange.
I'm the rounds. And if you want me, then come on get me now. Is you with me now? The biggie bounce. I know you dig the way I switch my style. Holla, holla. People sing around. Let people gather round. Let people jump around. Get your freak on. Get your freak on. Get your freak on. Get your freak on. Get your freak on.
So, Alex, did you expect Mark to come up with a piece of music like this?
I didn't actually. I didn't. But it made me think, you know, maybe Mark's, is that his sexual preference? Is that his music preference? Like, you know.
It's a movement preference.
Like, that's cool. I'm just being a dirty guy, a dirty old man. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, sex sells, you know. I know that from my advertising days, but, you know, I'm painting and I'm not working in advertising anymore, so it's quite hard. I've got to get that out of my head. But anyway, so...
No, I like the movement of the rhythm.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Respect. That's good. Do you dance yourself? Do you
Yeah,
like
I used to
dancing?
dance ballet.
Yeah. You dance ballet?
Yeah.
That's what you used... Did you do that at school? Did you study that?
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Well, I tried to get into a ballet school,
Yeah,
but they didn't accepted me.
right? Was that because... what do you think? What do you think was the reason for that?
The reason was probably because I was thinking too much.
Right.
So if
yeah.
you think when you don't move.
Yeah, that's true. It's like the whole thing of the like the Russian gymnast. Second, she sort of like thinks what she's doing, and she puts her foot down,
Then
then it's going to be gone, right? I mean, it's about a flow. You're not thinking when you're dancing with a beautiful woman or something, and you're spinning her around, and you're, you know, like you're head over heels or something, you
Yeah.
know, like into the music,
Mhm.
and maybe the girl as well.
Yeah,
You know?
and the space.
Yeah.
Where
yeah,
are you?
Yeah.
On the floor, against the wall,
Yeah.
or on the ceiling. What are the different securities you have?
Yeah.
You don't know what is what
Yeah.
in art.
Yeah.
But in dance, you know, this is the floor.
Yeah.
This is the wall.
Yeah.
This is another body. This is my head touching the ground.
Yeah. No, absolutely. That's it. I mean,
Alex, do you have an idea of how you're gonna add this part of the story to the canvas? You think is it's gonna be? How is this changing your portrait? This is what he's
there's
telling right now.
absolutely no relation that I could decipher between what I'm doing, where we are, how strong the light is, how dark the black of the curtains are, what's going on in Mark's mind right now. Even if I ask him, he'll probably tell me something totally different. You know, it could be really funny. You know, I like
Try me.
that. All right, okay. What's going on in your mind right now?
Nothing. I wasn't
Same
thinking.
here.
I was dancing.
Yeah, I had the same thing. I had the same thing. So at the moment, as I'm drawing you, I'm just drawing shapes and drawing, you know, building a face. It's not, you know, the average kind of like sketchy, trying to draw someone. Oh, I'll start with the eye, I'll start with this, whatever. It's literally coming out as it's coming out. Right now it feels like something, I don't know, like from a symposium or something. Like,
What is
I
that?
can imagine like Plato or someone like that having a symposium, you know, all getting together, you know, making art, drinking wine, you know, getting down to Bacchus, you know what I mean? I don't know if he was before or after Plato, but
Bacchus is
he's a god,
different,
right?
yeah.
So he was around forever, right? So what I want to do is just sort of like, just keep making variations on this so that it's a
This-
little bit more interesting for the camera than some, you know, boring dude just going touch here and a touch there, and I don't have the Bob Ross chat, right? I don't have all that kind of. I'm not nice enough to be Bob Ross. I think Bob Ross is a really nice guy.
No, I don't think so.
No, do you think he had a really dark past?
Yeah,
Really? Did
I
he?
think many people have two sides.
Yeah,
If you see a Bob Ross, which is really cheerful and happy and
Yeah.
kind, it's like lawyers.
Yeah.
They can also be very generous,
Yeah.
empathic, kind,
yeah,
but then in another second they
Yeah.
change.
yeah,
It's day and night.
yeah,
I think Bob Ross also has some really specific characteristics
yeah,
you're not able to see.
So before you
yeah,
came in,
yeah. No, that could be true. Like, there's a lot of people that worked in television were, pretty naughty people, just because they had access to naughty things, I think, or potentially abuse the goodness in people.
Yeah.
But here we do things different.
I
We
think
don't work under a network. We're all
think-
like free artists living our own thing. There's
When
no
you-
censorship, right?
when he set
Yeah,
up
that's good.
his beautiful canvas
Yeah.
with his specific colors, then I imagine after the viewing of this work,
Yeah,
he would do something with his painting.
yeah,
I'm not sure what, but it could be maybe naughty.
I think
Yeah.
he sold it to the audience. Sold it for money.
Do you think he did that? He sold his paintings like to little old ladies and stuff that were all kind of into
Or
his
just
work.
slide his hands through the wet paint.
Yeah,
So Alex, I asked you before to paint to paint Mark. Like, was this? Did you have an idea how you?
I just
you,
got a mark from the side there, which I'm going to do a slight little Picasso line there, just to get that side look of Mark, the little cheeky cheek that comes out of Mark.
Is this the first portrait
His
that's made by
brother's
you?
Mark's brother, also a lawyer. He was talking about lawyers earlier. Eric. is
Yeah,
a
I was
lovely
talking
guy.
to my.
He's also my lawyer.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's my
Okay.
lawyer. Yeah. So not that I've needed him.
I was
for
talking
anything,
about
yeah.
him, that he has a dark side.
Yeah. We were
He's also
talking-
very friendly, huh?
Yeah, he is
very
really friendly.
empathic.
Yeah,
And very considering.
yeah,
But he's got a dark side.
yeah, right. Was he the younger brother? So it was probably some kind of like sibling rivalry, jealousy thing. You thought you were already sorted. You thought, what's the problem, right? But you were getting maybe way too much attention from the parents. Not that you'd notice, you're just taking it for granted, like that's basically how you'd live.
Mm-hmm.
But then your brother maybe was seeing something totally different. That's usually tends to be the case
Mm-hmm.
with the old sibling rivalry, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing a colour here, which I don't really like.
And he has more intelligence.
Alex, what do you think of people wearing green? Green is always a different color in art, I think, right?
Green is a strange colour because, as soon as you start putting greens go well with greens, Nature is green, and so when we make colours, human beings make colours, or even animals, apart from obviously the camouflage and all that stuff, they still make, if you look at birds, they have things that are supposed to be like camouflage, right? Which they are. But when you look at them close up, they're really beautifully patterned and have colours in them that are not in the flora and fauna. Obviously, sometimes it's just the fact that it's in there. You just wouldn't see it. Another animal wouldn't see it. I don't know. I'm surrounded by lots of that stuff. I live in a boat, in the middle of nowhere, so I'm surrounded by that. So, do you live in the city, Mark?
Yeah, in the city in the Jordaan.
Yeah, that's a great old part of town, right?
Yeah, it's very nice.
Have
I
you
like
lived
it.
there all your life?
No. Since 2007.
Is it somewhere that you always wanted to live? Was that your dream?
I would like to have a balcony.
Yeah.
I haven't
right.
got a balcony.
Right, okay.
or a little garden.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
And an extra space for my daughter.
Yeah. Cool. Cool.
Because now she's sleeping next to my bed.
Yeah. What age is your daughter?
4.
Cool. That's a nice age, isn't it? It's like when they're totally sweet, right?
Yeah.
Like before they start becoming tearaways and all that stuff, you know.
You know 4-year-olds?
4-year-olds. I've grown up with friends that have had 4-year-olds and stuff throughout the time in life.
Hakuna
but-
Matata.
I don't know what happened there, but that's interesting.
There you go.
I think my wife is.
Hakuna Matata.
Yeah, my children are 5 and 3, and they're watching The Lion King now. And I think she put the
Yeah.
music on in our house, and it's connected to this.
I'm loving doing this, man. It's great. It's great. It's like,
So
not my regular.
let's talk
which
talk
is
about the
good.
Corona times. How have you been doing during the Corona times, Alex? How have you been being safe on your boat?
Well, the thing is, right, see when you're a bit of a crazy artist like I am, you spend so much time, so much of your life isolating yourself from so-called reality anyway, you know. So for me, it's like the only difference is there's less people around. Because I go from being completely isolated on a boat to then being completely surrounded by loads and gradually meeting loads of people as I cycle along the dike, you know, to town. And then when I get to town, you know, I could be in a really busy bar, I could be in a club or anything, you know, or a concert or something surrounded by a lot of people. And so that, I think, is the thing that a lot of people will be missing, not just so obviously consciously like that's not there, right? But they will be missing literally in their bodies the way their muscles move, the way the way the energy is transmuted, transformed, and passed around from people to people. There's an energy that's there that's missing, and I think that's the thing that is going to
The
be.
energy is missing because the people are missing.
Yeah, totally, yeah. I think that's the thing that's one of the big issues. That's something that I never thought I was going to be affected by it. I mean, in terms of you know, mentally, like day to day, you know, I wasn't going to lose it locked up in my house. I'm really happy in my own company, you know, I mean, I can spend weeks on my own, you know, like writing something or painting or filming or whatever, or reading books, you know. Things you don't need other people for. But what's interesting is I actually met a girl before the lockdown. So I've been kind of like loved up as well, which is really strange.
Loved
so
down.
having a kind of loved up. So like having a kind of a romance with a dystopian background, you know, or or not post-apocalyptic, but the future is cancelled. Our future is cancelled, but we still live in our own new future. It's really weird.
So I see if you're talking, then you stop painting, and the part of the concept is, of course, that you're painting during the program.
Yeah.
So maybe we go on Mark's pandemics. How have you been so far, and how has the pandemics treated the treehouse?
I'm healthy, but because I smoke, I have bad lungs. So I was laying in the arms of my friend, of my girlfriend, under a warm blanket. It was a woolen, wool blanket, a green one, green blanket made of wool. And I was laying underneath this blanket in the arms of my friend, and I hardly could breathe.
Right.
So I felt the this anxiety of not being able to fill your lungs and to live.
Yeah.
It's
Mate, I know about that. I'm a smoker as well. I get a lot of that stuff too. I mean, I think, what do you think? You think it's the 5G? You think they're hitting us with 5G?
I really cried because I
Yeah.
felt I will die
Yeah,
in this age
Yeah.
of Corona.
yeah,
It will attack me because I have terrible lungs,
yeah,
and then I started to smoke another cigarette.
yeah, yeah,
So that's a
Yeah.
very
yeah.
critical situation.
I totally understand that, mate,
Because
and
you-
empathise with you on that one. That's
in
the
this
thing a lot of people
in
would.
this society where you need to breathe, you need to speak out,
Yeah,
you need to sing,
yeah,
you need to talk and express your poetry.
yeah,
Your lungs, your breath is your life, is your expression. And how can a dancer smoke and kill his own energy?
yeah,
Why is this possible?
Yeah.
How do human beings get so fucked up
yeah,
that they create a position where they're going to die
yeah,
and kill themselves?
yeah.
So what happened?
It seems like we're a contradiction
Yeah.
as a race or
Are
something.
you a contradiction?
Oh yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'd say there's a lot of kind of, yin and there's a lot of yang. You know, that's also rhyming slang for rang if you're Scottish. So it's right or rang. That means right or wrong in Scottish. But it's, I want to be a nice person. You know, I want to be the kind of person that I would like to meet, and that's a tough one when we have you think, oh my God, fucking hell. Like we think, oh, I want to treat people the way I want to be treated. And then sometimes we do we're maybe trying to protect ourselves, We're trying to protect ourselves from something which is maybe a deep down insecurity, something that is so deep down, it's really, really hard. Maybe that we're not aware of it. Maybe we are aware of it, and it's something that recurs.
But so Mark, this is part of the concept, of course, sometimes to take over. And the treehouse was people entering the treehouse somewhere in November, and it was cold, so people entered their little studio. They went inside to make some works. They maybe met each other a couple of times outside, but this was the springtime, was the time that the people were about to meet each other and to start collaborating.
Yeah.
And then something like this happens.
Yeah, to light the barbecue, to
Yeah.
enjoy the studios, to enjoy our mutual being in this area, to exchange knowledge and inspiration. So we have to find a new way,
Yeah,
make it more close.
yeah,
We have to reach out, get personal.
in a world which the idea of closeness is almost like not an option in terms of physical, right?
But we are close.
Yeah,
We shared some deep insights.
yeah. So do you think we're going to learn from this? You think the world? I mean, this is the thing to say. Do you think this is going to happen? This is the weird one. When someone says something to me like that, I think, well, there's what I think might happen and what I want to happen. You know what I mean?
But
They're
those
almost
two
like
things are the same, huh?
No, there isn't. But now
I
I've
think
got,
so.
Well, now I've got to the stage where I do actually, want. I mean, I do wish for only the one thing, or one particular thing. I don't look at too much about the doubts or feed the doubt, If it's something I really want to do, then fuck it. No doubt, it's going to happen. This thing's going to happen.
Yeah. So you're
And,
gonna make it happen.
Yeah, you got to actually physically get out there and take action to make it happen.
So, nice bridge to the acoustic guitar we brought to you, for you, Alex.
Yeah. Oh, yeah? That sounds good. I'm up for a little bit of guitar.
I cannot come there to help you because we have the distance, but you have to see the microphone on your side.
Yeah,
You can take that.
yeah.
Maybe
One
I
sec, I'm
will.
just going to get...
Because besides being a great painter, Alex is a great musician as well. He rocks with us at the Rock the Kashba events, and I dared him to play something for us all. I think if you put
Interesting painting. I'm enjoying painting Mark. It's great.
I think
He's got a great face, and I'm kind of like not just going for what was obvious. I just kind of like just had a lot of fun with lines.
So what are you expecting, Mark? You know a little bit of Alex's work. Maybe Alex, you go to the microphone. Alex?
I think it's a very happy portrait, actually. Like what happens. I tell you something. When you're doing people's portraits, right?
We will talk
There's
a little bit after the
yeah.
song. Let's
Sure.
take the you take the guitar and you put the microphone in the right place. So in between that, Mark will say what he's expecting of this painting. Like
Yeah.
he has not seen it, of course. Take the guitar.
I expect it to be green.
Alex? Green.
Green. Greenish.
That's interesting because there's a little bit of green. in there. There's a little bit of green.
a wee bit. I think you take the guitar. Maybe if you have to stay 1.5 meters away from our friend, of course. So if there's the microphone there, you see it?
Oh, do you have a strap? No.
I'll be dancing to the songs you wrote for me. We'll shimmy with the lost and found. I'll touch the face of something so profound, then throw it up all over you. Well, let's set sail with no regret to meet the ones we have not met behind the scenes that paint the screens of sweet neglect. There's a place I don't yet know, but I'll be happy to call it home. 'Cause I'm useless, I feel priceless, I feel free. Oh yes, I'm useless, I feel priceless, I feel free. Oh yes, I'm useless, I feel priceless, I feel feel free. I'll be dancing to the songs you wrote for me. We'll shimmy with the lost and found. I'll touch the face of something so profound. Then throw it all over you. Well, grab your mayhem, steal your good, steal yourself if you only could. Take a dancing, take a chancing, take it now. Your carry on's what keeps you going. That's why guitars will always end up pawned. There's beauty in the things we do to live. Oh yes, there's beauty in the things we do to live. Oh yes, there's beauty in the things we do to live.
There you go. Lost and found, ladies and gentlemen. Lost and found.
So, Mark, what do you think of this pilot episode so far?
I really enjoyed this song, which Alexander played. It was very concentrated, very sincere.
Sweet. I wrote it with a friend of mine.
It was, it didn't feel you sang for me, but you sang for a friend.
Yeah,
You had
yeah.
someone in your mind.
Yeah.
I could see that. You have a nice range. Very soft and also at other times very loud and hard.
Yeah.
And that's what I can see in your beard also.
Yeah.
You have a nice copper beard.
Yeah.
It's also very tender and soft, but it can also be very
It's wild looking.
wild and sharp with teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I look like I'm from the country.
So you play violin also.
Oh, I wish I could. Wow,
Yeah.
that'd be amazing. Yeah. Wow.
So, Alex,
Yeah.
do you think the portrait we are? Of course, it's never done with you, but I got the. Mark told me the episodes are not allowed to be longer than 30 minutes, so.
Okay, so are we? Oh, so I could just maybe do a finishing touch to Mark. I think what I'm gonna, I really love it as it is, but
So, Mark, what's the
I'm
future?
thinking in
He's
terms of-
thinking. He's a thinker, loud thinker. Future of the treehouse for the short term will be people broadcasting from this container here.
Yeah, try to get people together in an intimate situation.
How do we do that?
Intimacy is what you lack of the internet. You have your screens, you have your audio, you have your video, but what you lack is intimacy, and people like to almost touch each other and feel this song was for me, not for somebody else.
oh, that's a really nice way to put that, actually.
And the treehouse?
The treehouse is a playground for artists, and now we have to learn to play again in a different way inside this shipping container. So if this is our future, then we have to celebrate it together,
Yeah.
contained.
You've been making a couple of portraits on the distance as well, Alex. People
Yeah.
sending you pictures.
Well, I was looking, once we got through the winter, I was hoping when the sun came out to get out into the NDSM area and do portraits of people, street portraits, and also get people, pardon me, entice people to come into the treehouse and not just look at my work, but look at other people's work as well. You know, it's kind of like a nice advert for that. And so, and obviously because of Corona, because it's basically, well, the lockdown, let's say, is, you know, immediately I saw what was going to happen. You know, I saw that immediately. You know, and so I posted a thing on Facebook saying, and Instagram saying, you know, I'll do portraits of people for €25. They get a JPEG. I get to keep the original. But if they want to buy the original is for sale for them. It's half price from the sale that will be in the exhibition, which we'll have later. So some people have actually paid full price, or are paying, or going to pay, and there's a lot of people who have paid their 25. So it's all kind of adding up, just a little bit. So I don't want to take the piss.
Do we
when
get Mark
people
to
don't
pay
have
for
any-
this one as well then?
What's that?
Do we get Mark to pay for this one?
For this one, I mean, you could take $25 off my rent. Like,
I haven't seen it yet.
no, so you don't want to look.
So,
But no, it's this one for Mark's for free. Totally, absolutely. You know, he does a lot of work here, and I see him here working. He's always here, you know, as much as he can be.
so we'll
That's
be
his
improvising, making some broadcasts from here, and I put you on the spot, Alex. Thanks for coming here and being part of it. Would you be interested in doing more of these with the inhabitants of the treehouse, getting to know them a little bit more?
Yeah, totally, yeah. And I'll be a little bit more. Well, it's funny actually, you know, because you know there's people who do all the interview things as a job, right? And there's people who are trying to do wacky things, different things, whatever, you know, MTV type things or whatever, and adding all these things to it. When actually, when it's just kind of quite natural, I think
Honest.
that's what people prefer the most. I mean, it's like that's what they want to hear. They just want to hear.
The new normal.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah,
It's
totally.
very intimate.
Yeah.
Do you have
That's good.
other ideas, Mark, or what you want to people that you want to meet in here? Want to have a conversation with Adrian here, talk about the treehouse, the camera, or with other people? Do some
Let
ballet.
me think of what person I would like to be intimate with.
Maybe you do an invitation if you.
You want to spend some time with me?
Me?
I'm asking this to my future